I have seen the lowest depths of Tharkan's savagery, and I have seen the highest acts of Martian chivalry. Both are a part of this world. Hello, and welcome to a new bonus damage series from D6 Damage. This is Pathfinder to John Carter of Mars, where we're going to talk about one of the greatest pulp heroes, the world he comes from, and how you can bring that world of action, adventure, and fun to your next Pathfinder game. I'm joined by friend of the channel, Doomboy. Say hi, Doomboy.
Hello there. Did you miss me? I did. So, I was called up by our friend D6 to talk about one of my favorite series, and it's not Dresden Files. No, it's much better. It's much more dynamic. It's John Carter of Mars, the Virginian.
Yes, and the exciting world that he lives in. But before we get too far into that, let's talk a little about pulp.
For those not entirely aware, pulp is a fantastic genre where logic, sense, and reason kind of take a step to the side for bare-chested men and ladies, ray guns and sabers, swashbuckling on flying ships because, hey, it's New England in 1920s. We'll probably have it by then, where we have such an optimistic and exorbitant... That's not a word.
It is now.
It's a magnificent view of our future, of what it could be, what we want it to be, what we really, really hope it will be.
Also some very overly exciting visions of our past, when men in loincloths fought dinosaurs for the honor of alien princesses.
Speaking of princesses, we have the Prince of Mars, John Carter of Barsoom, a war-torn world of castes and classes of people of various unique skin colors like yellow and green and red, all vying for control of this land and the death of those that oppose them.
Yes, action and adventure is had aplenty as the various cultures, peoples, and factions of Barsoom battle for supremacy, and money, and excitement.
Honor.
And they just do it because it's cool.
Because that's their way. There is war upon our worlds, but there is no war like the war in Barsoom.
And in this series, we're going to cover some of the various factions that you might want to play as members of. We're going to talk about those different, fortunately color-coded versions of Martians, such as the red Martians, the green Martians, the yellow Martians, and perhaps the most bizarre creatures of all, these weirdos called Earthlings.
Strange, hideous creatures with pale skin and only one set of arms and legs that don't psychically send their messages to and fro and can jump quite high.
Yes.
Truly ghastly creatures.
Yes, their jumping ability will truly make them forces to be reckoned with. We're also going to talk about some of the various flora and fauna. And as you would expect, in a world as dynamic and exciting as Barsoom, most of them will want to kill you.
Wouldn't be much of an adventure if they didn't.
Exactly. We'll talk about everything from the iconic white apes, to the faithful callets, to crazy polar bear hippos. But what we're going to do in this video is we're going to give you an overview of Barsoom, what it is, some of the players, and just give you a taste of the setting and the things to come.
Whether that's swashbuckling on flying airships, fighting against psychic white Martians, or just making good friends with ugly, ugly green Martians. We're gonna end up saying Martians a lot across these videos, aren't we?
Well, it is called John Carter of Mars. It's what we signed on for.
Mm-hmm.
As you would, as is obvious by the title, the world of Barsoom is Mars, the red planet. It's dry, it's dusty, but it wasn't always that way. At one time, Mars was a beautiful garden world with vast forests and seas and peaceful, idyllic living. But all that changed for reasons that really aren't well explained. Oceans dried, the forest shriveled, and there was nothing but a constant battle between the various peoples of Mars.
Call that, folks, an inciting incident for making things very interesting, because it's hard to have a fun story in a utopia.
Yep, it's true.
Not a lot of swashbuckling when everything's fine and dandy.
Although on this war-torn world starved of resources, they have managed to come up with some pretty cool stuff. Like the Martian light-based technology, which allows you to have airships that run on light. You would have something to, swing to from a rope and get in a sword fight with the other guys on.
All of this comes from Edgar Rice Burroughs, who does not care a bit about your science and logic, and we applaud him for it. It allows us to have fantastic adventures and with fantastic creatures.
Thank you for watching the first episode of Pathfinder to John Carter of Mars. The works of Edgar Rice Burroughs and other classics of science fiction and fantasy are the foundations of games like Pathfinder and D&D. If you'd like to start your own journey across Barsoom, click the Amazon affiliate link in the description of this video and check out The Princess of Mars audiobook on Audible. Reading any of the John Carter books will be a great source of inspiration for you, whether you're a player or dungeon master. And if you'd like more awesome Pathfinder 1E content, check out D6 Damage on YouTube or BitChute. We've got class analysis, character builds, strategy guides, and much, much more.